All right, back to Project 60. Got my new tripod in today. Pretty excited about that. You're sitting on it now. Getting all sorts of fancy. I also got one of these magnet ones. Figure for incorporating that a little bit, that'd be kind of cool. So the night project, Monday night, is like a genius. You guys all know I'm a genius around here. So, gotta put a new water temp gauge on, another Oliver one. And I've already obviously put antifreeze in this because that's a smart thing to do. So I'm gonna try and do this with the least amount of leakage. So what I've done off camera is I've already kind of loosened this up a little bit. See if that'll come loose here. So what it's got is it's got a fitting. This goes into the block, and then this goes into that. I'm hoping that they're the same, and I can leave this piece in that's already in the block and just basically pull it out, shove this in, put a little pipe dope on it, and just tighten it up really, really quick, get everything ready before I pull that out. In order to do it that way, because of how this works, I'll have to pull the gauge out, which you can't see with the gauge tonight. That fancy shot I had last night, I forgot my light at work. I'm gonna take the gauge out, basically hang the gauge out, and put this probe in next to that gauge so I can put it in quick, and then I can pull this out because I don't want to, this still works, so I want to leave this because I can use it for another project. So I'm going to get everything, all my tools ready, which I've already gotten, I think everything ready, and this gauge is already loose, wants to come out. It's starting to spin now, like a turd. I'm gonna hack up your last name, Tim, so I'm just gonna call you Tim. Buddy guy, he's a puller. Got to met him earlier this year at a community pull. That's what it's called Community Club of Wisconsin. Got a great YouTube channel. Check it out. It's got everything from some farming stuff to a lot of antique tractor pulls from the Riverbend Club and a couple other clubs that he pulled with this summer. It gave me some good it's helping me out kind of looking at what classes I think I want to try and get these tractors in next year. And it's been great help when I've been asking questions about different rules and whatnot with the different clubs. So tonight I'll put a link in tonight's video to his channel. Give it a subscribe. It's got a bunch of stuff going on. His last video was pretty cool. He's got a brand new GoPro and he put in a bunch of different shots in his combine. I watched it this morning. It's pretty neat. For a city boy like me that is kind of an idiot when it comes to actual farming things, kind of cool. So a lot of you guys, no one's asked this yet, but you're going to soon discover that my actual farming knowledge isn't very much there. So we'll kind of tell the story. So my grandpa Jackson farmed with Oliver's from the get-go. He came back from the Korean War. He farmed with his dad before that. He came back from the Korean War, bought the farm. No, that sounds bad. He came back from the Korean War. He was stationed up in Alaska, and he bought the farm that we still have part of today. Not all the acres, and he had 60 and 2 70s. And he was farming, I think my dad said almost 200 acres. And, that's where at the time he was still working in town, having to, to make ends meet. He worked in town for years. My dad talks about when they were growing up and having to work in town and really only be able to do the farming on the weekends. But, so he farmed. My cousins that are a little bit older than me, they were around a little bit for that, but by the time I started getting old enough to really start doing what would have been farm stuff, he had really gotten out of it. And we weren't going to be in a place to start farming it, my dad, and so we were able to get, when it was all said and done, we were able to get the barns and whatnot, and you'll see that. I'll take you guys on a tour of that sometime. But, so I was just starting to come to the age where you would start doing farm stuff, and we kind of stopped. So it made it where I love farm stuff and I love tractors because I was around it growing up when I was really young, but it just, I didn't get much of the on-field experience. So honestly, that was kind of part of the reason why I wanted to buy my own tractors, is because I figured, you know, if I had my tractors, I could learn some of this stuff and try to figure it out and get a little bit of that connection. We talked before about, you know, this isn't my grandpa's tractor, but it might be somebody's grandpa's tractor. And so, get this pro ball set. So yeah, so that's kind of why you'll hear me talk about stuff like, oh, I don't know how to do that. Oh, I don't know what that's about. I don't know how that works. You might be like, what the heck, Kyle? You got like 4 tractors, but you don't know this stuff about actual tractor work? No, I don't. So bear with me when it comes to that kind of stuff. And heck, for that reason, for that much, and some of y'all that have stuff, you know, you ever need a dummy out in the field, let me know. We'll try something. We got a few plows that we still got. We still have actually quite a few of the implements, even though like I said, we don't farm any of it anymore. So yeah, I'm hoping that I haven't run this long enough for the antifreeze to actually, maybe it was actually all the way drained out, and maybe I didn't let it actually it hasn't gotten all the way back here yet. We'll find out if it starts to leak. I gotta get my mystery meat bucket here. But yeah, so that's kind of why I'm trying to always learn stuff about tractors. And like I said, I've always loved tractors, even as a kid. But it was just, by the time I'd say probably 9 or 10, I think, is when he stopped probably actually farming. Oh, good, we're leaking. And it was to the point where what he was doing, you know, he was doing a lot of it on halves. Most of the farmers on halves at that point. And so, and at that era, honestly, my teenage years, I liked farm stuff, but I wasn't as passionate about it as I wish I would have been when I would have had more of those opportunities. Okay, this is gonna make an absolute mess. This is a terrible idea. Terrible idea. Terrible. Oh gosh, terrible idea. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay. Hang on a second, folks. All right, well, fun fact I just discovered, not the same size. So, I'm making an absolute mess in my garage. Dang it. All right. So, I don't want to lose all this antifreeze because it's all brand new. So I'm going to try and get a clean bucket. I think I got a clean one around here. Where's the funnel at? Let me grab that funnel. Oh, this is a mess. Dang it. Oh, I am just filthy. All right. Just, I'm gonna let that drain, and then I'll bring you back, and we'll try and clean up this economic disaster I just made here. All right, we'll be back. Oh, well, if you didn't have to go to the bathroom before this video started, it probably will make it. Sorry about that. Let's be honest, half you're watching in the bathroom anyway. So, just gonna let this drain. What I'll do is, I got it drained into a clean antifreeze container, and hopefully it doesn't take much more than that, because I don't think I have another empty one. Do I? Maybe? Oh, yeah, it's right here. Sweet. Sounds like about a half full one, but shouldn't take too much more than that from what I've already leaked out. But I'll filter this back out. I'll use this, I've done this before. I'll run a paint rag or a paint filter in the funnel and pour the antifreeze through that, and takes most of the any kind of dirt and stuff you get. Should be pretty clean, but yep. So we'll let this thing do its thing, and I'll bring you back once we can actually swap this out, not like an idiot. All right. The garage floor that I tried to clean the other day is thoroughly not gonna be sticky. Filled up the 1 gallon, a little bit into the other one, so that's fun, but we're just about done. Yeah, that was a big fail. I was really hoping they'd be the same thread. But Mari, the lie detector said that was not true. Release the Kraken. So yeah, we were discussing how I'm an idiot. Well, we all learned that tonight a little more. Put another rag down there because antifreeze literally everywhere. Sorry about that. Just right where I want to step. Is that 7 minutes you just had? Oh man, dang it. Let's get this carb. Kind of dangle it right there. See, that's why I put that in there. That's why I cut that part short. It was simply so I could do that right there. And that carb is about to fall off. So I gotta do this quick. There we go. Pills are good. Anyone know what that movie's, what movie that's from? I wait to answer, but it's from Dumb and Dumber. Oh. I mean, maybe they make dumb movies like that nowadays, but there was just a golden era of just really stupid movies. Yeah, everything from Adam Sandler coming out was funny, stupid. I mean, no one cares about anything he's made in the last 20 years, but I'll still watch Happy Gilmore all day long. Or Billy Madison. And is it really? I know it wasn't made in the 90s, but it's not Christmas till I watch Christmas Vacation. All right, let's make your bets at home, kids. Is the threads on this fitting the same as the one that's already in there? And I'm about to leak more fluid. Let's find out. Let's get the carb back in a not precarious position. Let's find out together. Boom. Boom. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. All right, let's put some little thread group on this thing. That's the sound that it makes. I'm trying this liquid stuff out, see if I like it. I don't know yet. Oh, come on. Start, you turd. Come on, you want to start? Go to your home. Why won't you go to your home? So you're going to quoting Billy or Adam Sandler movies. Why won't you go to your home, ball? Aren't you good for your home? Well, many a nights. I remember one night we did a youth leader with our youth group. We'll put this in. All extra goopy. There we go. Tighten that up. You know, I was so prepared for this. I had the right wrench for this. I was all ready to go. It's gonna be easy. And then, like everything else on this project, it was not. It was not. So the plan is, this thing, I want to have this thing done by this weekend. Like, on a trailer, back out the farm. And then I'm going to bring one of my 70s in, I think. I think the big tire one. I got two. I got one with the big tire. That's kind of mine, the ugly duckling. And the other one's named Sweet Annie. And that's Emily's. All right, that looks like that's done. My hands clean up. Basically, at this point, I'm just going to take rags whenever I wash my hands with them. Throw them right on the ground. Soak up some more of that antifreeze. All right, so we got this tight. Hopefully. Now, we'll slide in the new gauge. Give you 15 extra feet. There's one gauge for 15 different applications. Put that on. At some point, I swear, someone's gonna think I'm just staging all this to keep the content rolling. But it's not true. I really thought that was gonna work. Oh, how I thought it was gonna work. Why is it? Hold that there. Push down there. Grab a little nut here. Just keep trading hands back and forth. Put that there. Tighten up here. All right. Let's put some, get this tightened up.
Everybody have a good.
All right. Let's put some antifreeze back in this thing. This was the one that came out. I'm not sure if the other one was mixed before I started here, but we shall find out. Oh yeah. And of course you got that nozzle right there, where if you hit that, it'll pour straight out, so I'm trying to avoid that. But of course that's kind of hard to do. Okay, so it takes all that. Pour like an idiot. Cool, you do everything like an idiot. I know. That's what I do. That's gotta be enough. We leaking out the leaf hole? Oh yeah, we're leaking out the leaf hole. And everywhere else. I'm probably just gonna call that good, let that settle. All right, well, I planned on doing more, but I had planned on that not being such a train wreck, so there's that. We'll probably call it a night there, and again, I'll put a link up to my buddy's channel. Give that a like. Much appreciated. And I'll clean this all up. And we'll go from there. You guys have a good one. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to put some daily content out, and we'll see you in the next one. Little bonus footage, half the video. So, here's my fan. I'm drying out my mess. Still kind of dripping because of where it gets filled. It kind of comes out that extra port, so I'm going to, you know, I kind of got to clean down there. Put a gallon jug right there, try and catch that. But all right, we'll see you guys later.